Mr. Barone, can you hear me?
I can.
All right, sir, I can hear you as well. So, sir, I show 3:30. With your permission, I would like to get level one hearing underway.
Well, with actually without my permission, Craig, I stated my concerns to the district on how and why the district would appoint you as a level one hearing officer over a public information request in which you were responsible for. So I think that there's a discrepancy, a conflict of interest. So I'm doing this meeting, level one hearing under duress and not with my permission to meet with you.
Okay, sir, and that is noted. We also have the email responses today, and it will be noted in the record and noted in the district's response to you, sir.
Okay.
And I understand that. I thank you for joining me today.
You're welcome. Do you not see a conflict of interest with that, Craig? Just between me and you. I mean, this is where my concern lies. And to hear board members publicly attacking me on patron presentations, and then you post things in your personal Facebook page about legal fees. This is contributing to legal fees, just being inequitable in your policies and procedures. I'm gonna tell you, fourth hand, I'm going to file a grievance against this hearing because I do not agree with it, and it isn't equitable at all. I'm complaining about you and your actions, and am I supposed to believe that you're going to give me a reasonable response to your actions?
Well, sir, as we do in every grievance, we look at all the evidence presented and then make a decision based upon, you submitted 60 some odd pages of written evidence, and then you'll have
that was 52 of them was your pages. That was the emails that you or the text messages that you sent me. So actually 52 or 53 of them was your documents.
And sir, you'll have your full 15 minutes today to make your case to support that documentation you have already provided. And sir, I'm just doing what the district tells me.
Right. So I mean, I get it. If they told you to jump off a bridge and do some harm to your family, you wouldn't do it, Craig.
No, sir, I would not. Neither would you, sir. We're both fathers.
Exactly. So the fact that you would say that you're just doing what you did, this is unethical. But we can continue on. We can continue on so I can get it on documentation, please.
Well, that's okay. And evidently we have a disagreement over that part of it. And let me tell you, Mr. Barone, it's your objection is noted. As I've shared with both Elizabeth Veloz-Powell and our counsel, that Mr. Barone strongly objects to me hosting this level one.
Right. It should be with your supervisor, which would be who's the what's her name again?
Kimberly Smith, sir.
Kimberly Smith.
So what I can do, sir, is they will also receive a recording of this and any notes that I make, and of course the district's response to you, and I'll ask you later how you want that delivered to you as usual.
Okay. Can you put a link to the meeting inside of the response as well?
We can do that for you.
Thank you.
Or if you want to come over and give me a jump drive or whatever, we can give you that as well.
No, you can just put the link on the response. Thank you.
I'm not trying to hold anything from you.
I appreciate that.
All right, sir. We've gotten your objection. I've noted that. I show a 334, and I have to read a lot of preliminary language before we get to talking.
Right.
So, Mr. Barone, has voiced his objection to today's hearing. I show 334. So we are here to consider level one grievance of Mr. Damon Barone. And for the record, I'm Craig Eichhorn. I'm the public relations specialist for the Alief Independent School District. And for this hearing, I am the administrator designated by policy GF local to hear and make good decisions regarding this level one complaint from Mr. Barone. I show today is April 5th, 2021. It is 3:34 p.m. and we are meeting via Zoom call due to the COVID protocols. And for the record, is now 3:35. The clock just turned. Before we begin, I'll ask that we each introduce ourselves and our role in this matter. And Mr. Barone, we all know each other, but so we have a recording of it. Sir, introduce yourself.
Damon Barone, Alief IC, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus.
And I'm Craig Eichhorn, Public Relations Specialist, as was stated before, and also the person hearing this Level 1 grievance. For the record, Mr. Barone submitted this Level 1 grievance on March 29th, 2019. So according to the calendar, we have a certain amount of time to respond to Mr. Barone's or anybody's grievances. Today is day 5 in accordance with policy GF. As presiding officer, I will outline procedures to be followed in this Level 1 grievance conference. The Level 1 grievance will be conducted in accordance with the district's policy governing Mr. Barone's complaint. This is a grievance presentation, not a formal evidentiary hearing. There will be no questioning or cross-examination of witnesses. Mr. Barone, this is your opportunity, sir, to fully detail for me your complaint, facts that you allege underlying that complaint. You should also detail for me clearly what remedies you are requesting so I can make as fully informed decision as possible. And within the specified timelines, Mr. Barone will make his presentation and present any documents he believes are relevant. As the Level 1 decision maker, I may ask clarifying questions if needed, and clarifying questions only, I'll stress. I'll ask you, sir, to please limit your initial presentation to 15 minutes. I'm going to be keeping time for you, sir, and normally you beat the 15 minutes by a few minutes. I'll be keeping time. I'll let you know when you have your 2 minutes remaining, sir. Mr. Barone, before we get started and the clock starts ticking, do you have any questions regarding the procedure of the hearing?
I have no additional questions regarding the procedures. Thank you.
Okay, sir. And again, I will stress that your objection to this Level 1 hearing officer has noted and will be noted in writing.
Okay.
Is that sufficient for that component of it right now?
I mean, that's all that y'all are providing at this time. It's not sufficient, but it is accepted as far as the documentation, requesting it being in documentation.
Okay. And don't worry, I have not started your clock yet. I'll start it as soon as I say this statement, then I'll start your clock, sir. Mr. Barone, you may now proceed with your Level 1 grievance presentation.
Okay, thank you, Craig. The grievance is pretty self-explanatory. On March 2nd, 2021, during the Alief IC school board meeting, Master Trustee Rick Moreno indicated publicly and on the microphone that the Alief IC school board trustees communicate via text messages, which violates the Open Meetings Act. And so he also indicated that the reason why the school board members don't ask questions during the school board meetings in which they are supposed to is because those questions and answers are provided via text messages from the superintendent and from the school board members. So they're operating in a walking quorum. The following day, I asked Craig Eichhorn, yourself, public relations specialist, for an open records request of February of the school board members, February text messages. I did not receive a response within 10 days. After the time limit had expired, you sent me, Craig, Craig sent me, Mr. Eichhorn sent me a email stating that you needed additional time to get the text messages together or whatever, and that you would like to provide the text message to me on Friday. I can't remember the exact date, but it's in the grievance. So on that Friday, you provided me text messages allegedly from the board, 52 pages of text messages. However, within the text messages, you didn't give me all 8 individuals text messages. So you should have given me all 7 school board members text messages for February and the superintendent's text messages for February. You didn't do that. You provided me copies of, it looks like 3 individuals text messages and represented those as the entire board's text messages. So 1, the public information request was late. 2, I was not provided everything that I requested. And then 3, you are the Level 1 hearing officer over a grievance in which you presided over. So that's where we are now.
Okay, sir, and I'm going to ask a clarifying question, if that's okay with you. What remedies are you requesting from this grievance, sir?
The remedies, whatever the remedies are in writing, I think I stated that I asked that you go through public information training with the OAG again, and that this grievance be documented and placed in your personnel files, kept in a copy of this grievance and or whatever correspondence thereafter be placed in your personnel files. If there are
Yes, sir.
additional,
Sir, sorry to cut you off. I do remember those from your written documentation, just making sure there have been no additional remedies to your written documentation.
no additional. I just want y'all to start doing things more equitable, Craig. At the end of the day, this doesn't make sense. So if you want to add that to it, it's just, we can't continue to take advantage of our community like this, period.
Okay, and sir, I'm going to ask a couple more clarifying questions, if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
You submitted your original request on March 3rd. Yes, is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
At about 3:45, 3:50 p.m. in the afternoon?
I don't know. I'd have to, it's in the documentation. I'd have to look, check and see. So it sounds about right.
Okay, so by the Attorney General's calendar, you know, to calculate days that public information requests are due and such, day 10 is March 24th.
Okay.
And did you not receive communication on March 24th informing you that because of the amount of redactions, you would have the full information made to you available March 26th?
It didn't say because of the redaction. I did receive an email communication from you. I think it was the 24th. Again, I don't have the time because the documents aren't in front of me, but I do believe that's included in my grievance as well.
Okay.
I don't think I left that out.
Well, no, and I'm not accusing you. I'm just making sure you received it, because I can put a copy in what I send you as well, sir. That's what I'm,
Okay.
you know, additional time was needed. And that's what we stated on March 24th. And one more clarifying question. There was a lot of these texts, Mr. Barone, where they're saying the same thing back and forth. Did you want 7 different? Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
That's exactly how it should go. They should all say the same. I should have 8 different groups of text messages. One from HD Chambers, one from John Wynn, one from Lily Tron, one from Enrique, Rick Moreno, one from Ann Williams, one from Natasha Butler, one from Jennifer Keys, and one from Darlene Bro.
Okay, so you for the record, I'm hearing that you're stating you would like duplicate answers included.
If that's what their text, I want whatever their text message, all 8 text messages look like for the month of February through March 2nd.
Okay, correct. That has been noted, sir. And in your response, you also got the document on appeal for the information withheld under Texas government code. And I know you're very familiar with that, as am I, 552.024.
Right. I mean, I'm not disputing anything that you redacted at this time. My dispute is that it was late and that it was impartial. So, I mean, regardless of whether I even read it or not, it was late and it was not complete. So even if you asked for additional time, you still didn't complete my request.
And sir, you understand the Public Information Act informing the requester within 10 days, which was done in this case, is considered legal by the Attorney General of Texas, and also including a specific date and time when that information will be ready.
Okay, so if we just skip to the end, did I get 8 different text messages like I requested?
No, sir, and that's on us, because we didn't think you would want 8 different people saying yes. Oh yeah, sounds good. Yes.
That's what my public information request specifically asked for, though.
Okay, well, sir, hey, we can fix that.
Okay.
That's between you and me, man to man.
Okay.
We can fix that.
Okay, please do. Thank you.
But out of respect for your time, I know you're a busy person. We pared them down, not trustee Key on this one, the most appropriate response to each question instead of multiple duplicates.
That's not what was requested, though. That's censorship.
I was just trying to save you some time.
I appreciate it. Thank you, but that's not what I asked for.
Okay. So we will proceed with multiple duplicate responses. Will that be a remedy that I guess that will fulfill one of the remedies then?
Correct.
Okay. So are we both in agreement?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, and thank you. You've I think we've been very open and honest in talking about my clarifying questions, and I hope I've been able to answer some of your questions, Mr. Barone.
Thank you.
Anything else you'd like to add at this time? I guess
no, that's it. Everything that my concerns are pretty much documented in writing, and so I have no additional questions or concerns beyond what's in writing that was provided on the level 1 grievance filing.
Okay, sir. We are way ahead of schedule. I show 3:46. We could take more time to discuss this if we want, but you are, like always, are very succinct with your comments and in your questions. So
thank you. No, I don't require any additional time unless you have something that you want to share or provide to me, but I'm done if you are.
All right, sir. I appreciate your time today. And again, your objection to, and I'm going to say my name just for the record. Your objection to Craig Eichhorn holding this hearing is noted and will also be noted in writing, sir.
And why, right?
And your reason why for objection to Craig Eichhorn holding this hearing.
Okay. Thanks, Craig.
All right, sir. I am going to close this hearing out. It's just 3:47.
Sounds good.
Oh, sir. Would you like
Yes.
your response emailed to you through the U.S. mail, both?
You can email it to me. I mean, that's how we've been corresponding, so that's fine. If you desire to mail it, you can do both, but email is fine.
Well, and we always ask that at the end of these. I just want to make sure. So I'm writing down email.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, sir. You enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy this nice weather.
All right, thanks, Craig. Have a good one.
Okay, you too, sir.
Bye.
From this particular opportunity to vote. Thank you. Thank you, Deanna. Great job. And we know that we're going to be hearing from you all the way through September, budget. So I'll make sure that I have enough coffee and energy you did a great job. I didn't get sleepy in your presentation. That's all I wanted to tell you. Even after working, long day. Thank you.
We appreciate your support, and I noticed Darlene's dog voted also to support this plan, so we appreciate that too. Thank you.
Thank you, Deanna. So at this time, we have come to item number 10, to consider a level 3 grievance filed by a community member. And I'm going to suggest at this time, unless there's any opposition, I'm going to suggest that we go into a closed session to consult with, hang on one second, guys. Right.
Mr. Chamber just sent the text that he just lost his power.
Yes.
Mr. Chambers lost his power. Okay.
Yeah, so, it's a warning for everybody, just in case.
Yeah. I know.
Ms. Williams, this is Rick. Is there a way just to take a poll if everybody wants to go to executive session? I know if one person does, we all go, but I don't know if you're.
One second, Ms. Moreno. Even if you do that, I need to use the correct verbiage in order to move our meeting forward. That's the only thing I'm searching for. Okay. All right. We're now ready to consider agenda item number 10 to discuss and consider level 3 filed by a community member. So may I have a motion on the February 8, 2021 alleged public information violation? Do I have a motion to consider the level 3 grievance that was filed?
And board members, may I remind you that under your policies, you have two choices at this juncture. You can either move that the Board of Trustees upholds the level 2 decision without the additional need for an oral hearing based on the review and consideration of the record and the arguments presented, which has been provided to the board and to the grievant. Or your second choice, based on your policies, is to move that the Board of Trustees finds that an oral hearing before the board is needed based on your review of the record and the arguments presented. So you're not making a decision on the merits of the grievance tonight, just whether or not you're actually holding a hearing on it, or whether based on your review, you're allowing the level 2 decision to stand. So based on your policies, two possible motions: move to uphold the level 2 without an additional need for a hearing based on your review of the record, or the second motion, based on your review of the record, you're granting an oral hearing.
Thank you, Attorney McBride.
May I make a motion, Madam President?
Yes.
I'd like to move that we uphold the level 2 decision based on review of the materials that we were provided.
Thank you, Trustee Key. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay. It's been moved by Trustee Key and it's been seconded by Trustee Rick Moreno. So I will go through a roll call real quick to obtain a final vote on this matter.
Madam President, before you begin that roll call, I just want to make it clear that there are two grievances for consideration tonight. And so this vote is on the February 8th, 2021 grievance. You'll be taking a second vote in a second, but I just want to make that clear for the record.
Do I need to revise my motion?
No, you do not.
You're good.
Okay.
You do not. Yes, because I only read the one. That's why
Exactly.
I only read the one. Okay. All righty. With that, Darlene Bro.
4.
Thank you. Trustee Lily Chong.
4.
Thank you. Trustee Rick Moreno.
4.
Trustee Jennifer Key.
4.
Trustee John Wynn.
4.
And I, Ann Williams, also for upholding the level 2. With that, let the record show a vote of 6-0 within that action. Board, at this time, item number 10, the second item to consider. May I have a motion on the March 29th, 2021 board text message grievance? May I have a motion?
Ms. Williams, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Board President, but just in an abundance of caution, if you looked at your board book, this was actually a consolidated grievance. So it's not just March 29th, it's also April 19th. So the grievant was notified that these two are merged because they were substantially intertwined. And I apologize, I didn't catch that earlier, but it's both March 29th and April 19th.
Okay. All right.
They're the same thing. It's just the community member filed them on different days.
Absolutely. But the board has all received their board information and have reviewed it. So we're good to go.
Yes, ma'am. And the grievant was notified that they'd be consolidated and they'd be before you tonight.
Okay. Thank you. So with that stated, board, may I have a motion to, and let me go ahead and read this clearly. Attorney McBride read the first one, I'll read this one. The motion is to either one, move that the Board of Trustees uphold the level 2 decision without additional need for an oral hearing based upon a review and consideration of the records and arguments that have been presented. Or 2, to move that the board finds that an oral hearing before the board is needed based upon review and consideration of the record and arguments presented. So may I have a motion on one of the two?
I move
I make a
that
motion.
we,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ms. Key. Go ahead.
I move that we uphold the level 2 decision of the administration for the March 29th and April 19th grievance that was filed by a community member.
Thank you, Trustee Key. May I have a second?
I second that motion.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been moved by Trustee Jennifer Key and second by Trustee Darlene Bro. I will do a roll call in order to obtain the vote on upholding the level 2 without additional need for oral hearing. So with that, Trustee Darlene Bro, how do you vote?
4.
Thank you. Trustee Lily Tron.
4,
Thank you. Trustee Jennifer Key.
4,
Thank you. Trustee Rick Moreno.
4.
Thank you. Trustee John Nguyen.
4.
Thank you. And I, Ann Williams, also vote. Let the record show that our trustee, Natasha Butler, was not present at the time that these votes occurred. Okay. So that's passed by a 6-0. Okay. Board members, I think we are at the end of this meeting. If I look correctly. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one other item that is on our agenda to try to quickly address. We understand that we're getting notifications of bad weather coming through. So I'm going to ask Jennifer Key, can you real quickly share with us the committee work that was done at the high level, what we completed in the last couple of weeks?
Yes, ma'am. I'll be happy to do that. What was discussed was changing and updating